On the 4th of June, he told me that they have a huge group. It's about 40 students from Singapore. There is a primary school. Tomorrow, he said that he will guide the children to do the track activity. The last message he sent me is on 5th of June, 5:27 in the morning. He just sent, "Good morning sayang." And then I just reply, "Good morning."
Semasa gempa bumi terjadinya gempa bumi, saya sedang bekerja di tabasan saya, di kebun saya. Saya terasa gegaran gempa bumi pada jam 7.15 pagi. Dan terdengar juga runtuhan batu-batu di gunung. Maka saya dengan istri saya pulang karena waktu itu anak saya si Ruby membawa pendaki Thailand seorang, jadi kami telah bermula khawatir mengenai dengan dia.
Two of my brothers taking part in the rescue operations. When they stop at 10 at night, my brother is still not found. He was a very responsible person. I believe that he did his best to try to save his customer, because the one that found him told us that he was holding the two customers. Looking at the conditions of his body, totally wrecked. Broken head, broken ribs, thigh, bones. So it's very sad to think about that, because he was very kind, and then he didn't deserve to die like that, in my opinion. He's a very jovial person. Contagious. He will try to make everybody around him to be happy. I'm very sure that I will tell his junior that their father is a very responsible person, also very happy-go-lucky, and he would have wanted the children to be successful and be like the father.
Saya sampai di Kinabalu Pakit Kutas pada jam 11.30, dan tiba-tiba ada satu orang mountain guide yang mana juga turun daripada Gunung Kinabalu membuat pendakian pada hari itu. Dia sempat pergi bagi tahu sama saya yang dia terlimpas dengan si Ruby, tercapit pokok kayu di antara kepala dia, tercapit pokok kayu dengan batu. Jadi selepas itu saya pun merasa yang saya mau betul-betul naik secepat mana yang boleh. Saya tahu daripada si Bingke sudah menjumpai badan si Ruby pada jam 4.30 di kawasan di lokasi 6,5 kilometer. Kami sudah jumpa si Ruby, tetapi dia macam tidak bernapas lagi. Jadi membuatkan kami merasa begitu sedih lagi sekali karena sudah meninggal, tetapi kunjungan dengan para berbagai jabatan atau berbagai company juga daripada pihak gereja membawa, jadi itu membuatkan kami terasa betul di mana Ruby sudah meninggal begitu, tapi banyak berupa barang-barang dan ya.
We received many messages from Robbie's ex-climbers that have climbed with Robbie. They actually tell us how Robbie has helped them and encouraged them. Most of the time, if the climber is very cold, he will offer his jacket, his gloves, anything that is on him that he can offer. Yeah, because to him, like I say, it's always others before himself.
I had quite a long chat with him one-on-one. I asked him quite a few questions on how was it like to live near the mountain and to have your life centered around the mountain. And I think he did bring out the fact that he was living a very happy life. He was very content. He didn't really see it as work. It was part of his life.
What is frightening me right now is when I go back to work, usually our routine is after office hour, we will keep contacting each other. He will ask me, go back home safely, take your meals, take your bath, and then the good night wish. Every day we will have a new conversation or repeating the same conversation, but never be boring for me. But after this, I need to keep myself busy lah.
My brother is my idol, and when after we sharing about our problem, then he can easily bring someone and okay, drink first. Very naughty.
Valerian is very talkative. He's very committed to the job also. One of the perfect staff actually, because he can handle all customer which is coming from all over the world.
But one thing I remember that he said, if one day he gone, please don't send me with the tears. If you want to cry, just cry on, but the more you cry, please, the prayer is more than your tears. I think he will be happy. He's happy now. He's keep on guide the kids, and then he left this song. He's still alive in our heart.